he's telling us as an industry that the reason why the market is slowing, it's still not bad, it's still not hurting. Certain areas are hurting right now. Certain areas are seeing a slowing. Some are seeing a decline or a depression. Santa Clara is doing really well, just so you know. And we'll go into that in a minute. Chief Economist believes that there's one ingredient that's holding back the home sales this year, and it may be one of the toughest to nail down. Lawrence said he is seeing signs that buyer demand is ongoing, meaning that it's consistent. Home price growth is moderate and wage growth is outpacing inflation. However, 30-year mortgage continue to hover around 7%. We're talking about that in a minute, okay? That's hurting the market. We have inflation, government debt. It's not helping. It's leading us into fear of a recession. Never fear. Every time we go into a recession, we see home prices continue to go up every time in history since it's been measured in the last 40, 60 years, except for once in 2008. That was a major global catastrophe that we solved in 2 years. So fears of recession and strain. I would not fear the recession. I know that's putting a lot of buyers on the fence. That fear is the biggest reason why you don't do anything. Fear of getting in front of an audience, fear of getting in front of a etc. But here's the thing. If you buy a house today, in 30 years, your house will outpace inflation or keep up with inflation. Your dollar can't do that. Gold does not do that. Houses do that. That's what this whole report is about. Another one, May 8th, mortgage rates remain flat, but it also talks about the whole thing. We've been at 7% for a very long time, for almost 2-3 years now, up and down, close to it. It came down to 6 again, but that was during the election cycle. All politicians do that. It doesn't mean you can't buy your rates down. You can still buy it down to sub 6. You can get it close to 6 or even sub 6, depending on what it is. And yesterday we talked about 44% of the home sales have sellers contributing to concessions. There's also concessions to be asked for because the market's slowing down. Can you ask for concessions on a house brand new on the market? No. But if it's been on market 30, 40, 50 days, you can negotiate, right? You can negotiate. Get out there, and if you're thinking about buying, now's the time to do it. June 15th, plus or minus a couple days, the feds are going to testify. Jerome Powell is going to testify again. And we don't know if he's going to come down on interest rates, but if it does, it's going to be 0.25%, and that's not enough to get us back in the market. I think we need to bring rates down to 6, plus or minus 25, 50 beeps. The only way this is going to happen is that we bring it down and attract the market, bring the market back. Do we do it slowly? I think we have enough engine moving right now and things going on that if we open up the market, homes would sell a lot faster. But that's a bad thing for buyers, because when the rates come down, more buyers enter the market. That means more competition and prices go up. That's why I'm saying if you're thinking about buying, buy now versus after June 15th. This is what you get for $2 million in San Jose. This thing looks amazing, but I'm thinking, why 5-bedroom, 3,000 square feet, only $2 million? What's wrong with it? To me, it looks like it's a total fixer-upper. It's on Adonis Way. It's not my listing, and it's between 85 and 17. Good Sam Hospital. This is a great area, and it is still San Jose 95124, so it's still considered Almaden, but it's in Los Gatos area. This looks like something I want to go take a look at. So there you go. Okay, what you get for $1 million? I zoned it in. There's 50 of them in the Santa Clara County, but I wanted to look at these 3 just to compare and contrast, right? This is in my neighborhood. I live over here. This is still 95123 Belden, which is right here. And then you get one right over here on the east side of 101. And this is 95111. And then you have one on Roeder, which is down here. Now, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 3-bedroom, 1-bath for $25,000 difference. I would right away say no to that one, especially since it's only 960 square feet versus this one, 1,800 square feet versus 1,300 square feet. Why am I showing you this? Because when we're doing comps, when we're pricing out homes, it's important for us to understand that buyers don't just look at the 1-mile radius of your home. They look at 40, 50, 60 homes, and then they narrow it down to 10 or 15 to look at. And if you're overpriced by 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 or $50,000, your house is going to get passed off, right? This one right here, this is going to go into market faster. Even though this one's closer to Silver Creek, you're going to get a lot of freeway noise here. And this one to me is the best buy. So let's take a quick look at it. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet. Wish it was my listing. It's a nice house, single story, and it's right by Makati and Village Oaks and Blossom Hill and 85, so you can get to freeways really easy. Let's take a look quick inside. Thank you for doing the floor plan, whichever agent this is. It's nice that you do that. I think it's a professional service. I think it's a necessary thing. If you're selling your house for resale, you have to have air conditioning in your house. Same thing with this. I think it's a necessity. The technology is so simple for us to do this. It's a no-brainer. And if you have to pay for it, I think it's a worthwhile thing. And I would demand it if I was a home seller. Look, the original cabinets, stainless steel appliances, I think that's granite, but the backsplash is a little much for me. I don't like the high contrast. It looks weird, but that was their taste. So that's what it is. They're selling it as is. This does have air conditioning. This house is going to sell really fast. It needs a little bit of paint. I would say paint and some landscaping, and you're good to go. This thing for $1 million, it's a great buy. Let me know if you're interested in buying it. That's where we are. Okay, so my charts were getting a little bit big, but what I'm showing here today is, I'm going to open this up so you can see there. See how I'm nice and centered now? Days on market's going up. Months of inventory are going up, but that's because we're into June. These May numbers came out and we're seeing numbers jump up because the rates are staying high. Is that a bad thing? I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's going to hurt our market. I don't think it's going to hurt our microcosm of a market because people are still buying houses. One of the 3 houses that we have on market on my block just went into pending because they acknowledged the fact that the price was too high. They dropped it down and they had a slew of buyers this last weekend.